Hello, in this tutorial video I'm going to be teaching you about string functions. So we're actually going to look at two other functions before we look into the string functions, but first we're actually going to look at the toString function. So what this function does is that it will return x converted into a string. So what this will do is you give it a number and then it will return it into a string. And the next one is the toNumber function, and it basically just does the opposite. So you give it a string and it will return a number. So now let's actually move on to the string functions. So string is a built-in function by Roblox, and we're going to be looking at some of its functions and how to use them. So the first one we're going to be looking at is string.len, which is short for length, and we're just going to do s for string. So this essentially returns the length of s. So if we do print string.len like that, and then we just do hello, this in the output will print 5 because there are 5 characters. So for example, if we do print string.len and then we do goodbye world like that, this will print in the output, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this will print 14 in the output because that's how many characters there are. So let's move on to the next string function. So we're going to do string.lower and s for string, and this will just return a copy of the string with all lowercase letters. So for example, if we do print string.lower and then we do hello with a capital H, this will print hello in the output. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So this returns lower case, so now we're going to do the uppercase one, which is just upper. So it returns a copy of s with all uppercase letters. So we're going to do print string.upper, and then we're going to do all lowercase like this, hello. So this in the output will print hello all in capitals. So let's move on to the next one, which we're going to be looking at is spelt that wrong over here, 2 P's, string.reverse. So s for string once again, and if we do returns, so this will just return a copy of s but in the reverse. So if we do print string.reverse hello, in the output it will print OLLEH. Olay, it will print in the output. So the next one that we're going to be looking at is string.rep for repetition. So once again we're going to have s and then we're going to have x for the amount of times that it repeats. So this will return a string that concatenated x copies of s. So it will copy s x amount of times, and that is the string that it will return. So concatenation, if you don't know what it is, let me just add concatenation at the top here. So let's just do concatenation right here. So if we do print hello, this is hello, we'll just do hello this, and then we can concatenate it with 2 full stops, so like this, and then we can just finish the string, hello this is a string, and this will just turn all of this into one string. So that's what concatenation does. So if we do print string.rep, let's do hello, and then we'll make it repeat 3 times. So in the output it'll print hello, 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 and if you want you can do spaces and then it will print spaces in between your words like that. So let's move on to the next one now. So we're going to do string.bit. So it does s for the string and then x1, x2, so numbers. So what this will do is that it will return the numerical code of the characters. So the default x1 is 1 and default x2 is x1. So if you set x1 to 3, the default of this will be 3, not 1. So let's do an example. So print string dot bit, and then we do h. Then I don't know what the code is, so it'll print the numerical code, because every character in Roblox has a numerical code, and we can get that code by doing string.bit. So for example, if we have a longer string, we can also just do print string.bit, and then let's just do hello. Let's do 1, 2, 5. So this will just print the characters of H and then E, L, L, O. So that'll print those characters. We can also do minus, so we can do string dot bit, and we can do hello. And let's say that we just want these last 3 characters numerical codes. So we're just going to do -1. So -1 is here. And then let's do -3. So what it will do, it will go -1, so it will print this one, and then this one, and then this one. So you obviously don't have to do it this way. You can also just do 3, 5, but you can also use negative numbers if you would like to do that. So let's run this so we can see what the numerical code for all of these are. So let's get the output. So the numerical code over here, so 72 for H, and then E is 101, L is 108, and then O is 111. So why didn't this one print? Oh yeah, we need to start with the smallest number, so it'll be -3 to -1. So if we run this, it should work now. Yeah, so here is what we have. So you need to put the smallest number first. So let's look at the next string function. So let's do string.char, which is basically the opposite. So we're going to do string.char x, and then you can have as many as you want. So if we do print string.char, and then let's do the word hello. So this is the numerical code for hello. So H is 72, E is 101, L is 108, 108 again, and then 111. Capital letters have different numerical codes. So lowercase h is going to have a different numerical code to an uppercase H. So you can keep that in mind. Okay, so we know that this will print hello in the output. So let's look at the next string function. Let's look at string.sub. So we have s, x1, x2. Let's remove this. Okay, so this will just return the substring of s starting at number x1 to number x2. The default for x1 is 1, and the default for x2 is -1. So if it's -1, it's basically infinite, so it will go on until the string is finished. So for example, if we do print string.sub I like boats, and then we can do 3 to 6. So this will print in the output like, because this is so 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So this will print like in the output. So if we do print string.sub I like boats, but this time we just do 3 and we don't assign x2, it will print like boats. So you can do minus numbers again. So if we do this and we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if we do 10, this will also print like boats. So just do minus like that. So if we run this, let's open the output. So as you can see, like boats, like boats. So that is all good, and we can see that our char thing did indeed print hello. So this is all good. Okay, so we're just going to be looking at string.gsub. So that is s and the pattern, and then replacement, and then x. So what this does is that it's going to return a copy of s with all occurrences of the pattern here that we will define, and substitute it with the replacement that we will also give. And then it will also return a second value, and it will return a value of the number of substitutions that it made. So let's just put that here on another line. Okay, so if we do an example, so if we do print string.gsub, and then let's do hello so hello twice, and then we'll do world, and then we do hello. So we're looking for the pattern hello, and we're going to replace hello with by. So what it will print in the output is by world, and it will return 2 because that is the amount of times that it has replaced the word hello. So it's looking for this pattern in this string that we've given it, and it's replacing it with by. So it's found hello, it's going to replace this with by, and then it's found hello again, so it's going to replace it with by again, and it's done it twice, so it will return this string and 2. For example, if we do print string dot g sub, and then we do hello again, hello world, and then the pattern it's looking for is hello, and then it will replace it with by again, but this time we're saying that it can only replace it once. So what it will print in the output is by hello world with 1 as a second return value. So if we test this, you will see as printed by world 2, by hello world 1, which is exactly what we expected. You can also do pattern replacements and table replacements as well as function replacements, but those will probably be a little bit too tricky for right now, so I'm not going to be going into those, but there are other things that you can do with gsub, but this is just the basic of gsub. So the next one that we're going to be looking at is string.match. So that is s and pattern and then x. So what this will do is that if the pattern is found in s string, then it will return that pattern, otherwise it will return nil. So x just specifies where the search for the pattern begins, and the default for x is 1. Okay, so let's do an example now. So let's do print string.match, and let's do hello world, and then let's look for hello. So this will find hello, and it will return hello in the output. So for example, if we do this again, but this time we're going to define x, so we're going to do 4. So this will return nil because we're starting the search for the pattern at the 4th character. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to start searching for the word hello from here. So obviously hello isn't over here, so it's going to return nil. So let's look at the last string function that we're going to be looking at today, which is the string.find function, which is just s pattern x, just like the match, but this time there is a 4th parameter, so that parameter is magic. So what this will do is that if it finds the pattern in the string, it returns the indices of where the pattern starts and ends, otherwise returns nil. So x once again will specify where the search begins, and then the default for x is also 1. However, the 4th parameter magic, so what magic does is if it's set to true, the function performs a search with no characters in the pattern being considered magic. So Roblox has 12 magic characters. I'll display them somewhere on the screen right now. So when you're going to be doing a pattern, if you have a magic character inside that string, it will not take it into account as a magic character. So let me give you examples so that you can see better what it means. So the default for magic is set to false, but if it is set to true, so then the function performs a search with no characters in the pattern being considered magic in quotation marks. So if you don't assign the magic, it will be set to false. So let's do an example. So let's do print string.find, and then we do hello world, and we'll do a question mark, and we will look for world with a question mark, and this will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it will print 7, 11 because the default for magic is set to false. So it thinks that because question mark is one of the magic characters, so it's going to ignore this question mark because it's a magic character. So if we do another example, if we do print, let's just copy and paste this actually, and then 8, so the search will begin at 8, so it will begin at O, so that will return nil. And if we do another example again with hello world, so we'll say the search at 1 and we'll set magic to true this time. So magic is on, so Roblox is just going to make this a normal character and ignore the fact that it's a magic character. So this time it will print 7 to 12 because question mark is a magic character. It's going to ignore that, so it finishes at D, but because here we are ignoring the magic characters, so we can actually take this magic character factor into account when we look for the pattern. So that is what that does. So let's run this to test it. So let's see the output. So 711, nil, 712, which is exactly what we expected, which is great. And here as well, nil and hello. So this is what all these string functions do. So now you know how to use them, and I'll see you in the next tutorial video. Bye!